Hello everyone, my name is Vishal and in this video we are going to talk about my semester project, that is a mini project in C language. So I have made an employee record manager program. So to access the program you can go on GitHub. The project link is given in the PDF, you can check there. And first of all let me introduce myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Vishal Jha and I am from FICAC Walchand College of Engineering. My PRN number is displayed on the screen. And yes, so let's directly dive into the video. And so as you can see, the source code is very long, so I don't think I will be able to explain everything in this video, but I will try to maximize whatever I am explaining it. And for the sake of your knowledge, I would like to tell you that I am making this video second time, because the first time I don't know what happened, why just the recording was not stopped, but it was not able to record this thing. I don't know how the system works in the Windows, so just do not and just don't know what to do about it. But yeah, let's get to it again. And ah, oh my god, I have to do it again. So basically, this is the standard input output header files. Header files, as you know, is very important for the C program. It is the windows.h for system clearing purpose, console input output.h for getch function, time.h because my program works on a real time basis. So yeah, again time.h including time.h is necessary. String.h basically to manipulate the strings we are you are going to use in the function. You will see here the print function. The print function is basically will print the intro stuff of the program. The load function is like it will print the loading screen, which you would have seen if you would have tested my program. Go to xy takes the cursor to at a particular point. These are the definition of the functions which I have used in the program. I don't think it is called as definition, it is called as declaration. Yeah, so the set password program is basically set to set the new password. Like if you would know that my original password is Ravi, but you can change the password. So for changing the password, this function is used. Thereafter we can see a lot of functions out here: menu, add, check, update, delete, about, my, exit. So basically menu function will print the menu, add function. I will tell you it later as you will go in the program. So basically let's start with the main program, the int main function, which contains two lines of code. Yes, you. So basically it just contains two lines of code. That is it will call the print the function which will print the into stuff, and then it will return. So the intro stuff too, I have started with the print function. So print function basically will clear the screen, move the cursor, and then write about the like what is the company name and whatever you want to put the company name. And thereafter it will print that user login password. Enter the password to login, then you will enter a password which I will store it in. I am storing it in a string. Then I am opening my password.txt file where I have stored the original password, and then I'm checking both your password and my entered password whether it's same or not. If it is same, it is saying password match successfully. Otherwise it is telling you that okay, it is an invalid password. And you have three chances basically in this program. You are given three chances. If not, you are not able to put the password in three chances, then then the program will get closed. So that was the, I think, print function, and nothing more is there in print function, I think. And thereafter the load function. Load function is basically for printing that stuff which basically the loading screen. So basically what I have done here, I have just made a nested for loop which is printing the ASCII value of this thing which I have shown here. And the ASCII value is 177. So it is basically printing the ASCII character. Like this is printing this thing only which you would have seen in the program. If not, you will see it in later in the trial run. So menu card, basically about the menu section, add new employee, check employee. So basically okay, I think I would do not have explained about the program. So my program is an employee record manager app which will store the data of your employee. You can check whenever you want, you can update the data, and if the employee has left the company you can even delete the data. And again it has a password to store, and it's just about the company, like what is the purpose of your company and what are you doing. And then the exit function. So basically I can add few more things into it, but for now, as it is just a semester project, I thought it would be good to limit myself. And thereafter I have made the traditional switch statement which will just call the functions which you have selected here. and then after calling the function it will has a default, like if you have entered something wrong it will tell you to enter again. And thereafter I have made a structure. Again, if you are making an employee record manager app, so obviously you will require to make a structure, or if you are making anything, like if you are making something for the students, you usually have a structure named as student. So same in my case, I am having a structure named as employee where I have stored everything in a string. Now you guys will be thinking why I have stored contact number or salary in string, because those things can be stored in float and long int, but respectively. But what I think is, see, sometimes it happens that people are entering the contact number as +91, or some weird stuff is happening sometimes. So instead of that, making it as a long int, I have made it as a string, which makes it more reliable. And thereafter the salary, again salary you can enter as, sometimes people enter as 32,000 instead of entering 32000, they are entering 32,000. So for that thing I have made it a string, because in a string you can store float as well, and you can even enter characters if you want. Then the main add function will start. So in the add function I have done nothing, I have just printed everything, like what you enter the name, then I have scanned the name, enter employee number, I have scanned the number, enter the contact number, I have scanned the number, and a lot of things. So basically after adding all the data, I will just store all of your data into a file named as tx.txt. Means, like suppose you have entered the name Ravi Jha, so the file will be created as ravijha.txt, and you can clearly see how I have made it. I have made a new string variable which is storing first of all the name, and thereafter it is storing dot, then t, that x, then t. So and then the what is this called, null character, not null character, I think it's called as I don't ending character something. So whatever, yeah. So basically it is storing .txt, and then it will open the file where named as ravijha.txt. So again, that's why I've said that I have never tried it in online compiler, and also I don't think it will work because it needs the data access to your files. So I just don't know it will work on an online compiler or not. So basically this is for that getting the current date and time, then I'm printing everything, and also data stored on c times and t. Means it is a function which is printing the time. So I have printed a string which contains the time here, and then again I have said okay, press any key to continue. So that is the stuff. And then for checking the function I have done nothing. Enter employee name, you would have entered Ravi Jha, so it will open ravijha.txt again by adding the same thing .txt. And if Ravija is not working with us, so it will say no existing employee found with the name Ravija. So thereafter if he slash she is working in a company, then what will happen, it will open the file and print everything, print the entire data of the file. I'm not sorry, I'm not checking like where exactly I have printed that thing, because as I've said, the code is too long, and it will be hexes for me even to print the entire data, to explain the entire code. But I think yeah, here I have printed, so you can see. Then again I am saying if you want to continue or go for exit, whatever you want to do. So now these are the two straightforward things which I don't think of you would have thought about. But the thing you would have thought about is the update function. Maybe, just maybe, because when I was writing the code I was not sure that how I am going to do that. I was just having a rough idea about it, so I decided to do that. And yeah, it was time consuming, but yeah, it was not difficult at all. So what I have done is, first of all, I have asked you like still you want to continue, because the old data which you are updating, the old data will get deleted. And thereafter you can see I have asked you the employee name, you will enter the employee name, I will add .txt to it, I will open the file. If the employee is not working with us, I will tell you that okay, no existing employee found. But basically the main part starts here, where I will ask you what do you want to update. Just suppose you are entering the email ID, like the previous time, as I have said, I am recording this second time. So the first time I have taken email ID, so I think I will take contact number this time. So yeah, so contact number, I will taking the contact number. So as you can see, the number for contact number is 3. So basically case 3 will be the contact number. The rest of the code for the case 1, case 2, case 3, every case is same. Just I have altered quite a bit. So let's see the case 3. So basically what I have asked you a new contact number, and then I have taken the contact number. Thereafter what I have done is, like, I think it's above, but basically I have opened a file name as copy.txt, and in that file what I have done is I have copied the entire data of your program except for the line which contains the contact number. So now you will think that how I have not done that. So you would have written a code for your assignment number, I think 14 or 15, where you have replaced a line. So I have used the same thing. What I have done is, like, I have made a temporary variable which will store the line number, and as soon as you will go to line 7, it will tell you, okay, now you don't have to print this, you have to print the new thing, like contact number and whatever the new contact number you have given. And now you will think that how I am storing the the line number. So what I have done is I have initiated a variable named as temp2 with 1, and thereafter whenever the program is facing this thing, what I should say, I don't know, but whenever the program is dealing finding this thing, it is increasing the line number, because obviously the line will end at /n. So basically this is how the program works. But you will think, what is the count here? So what I have done is, see, when you are on line number 7, just imagine this is a line number 7. So the program will come here, okay, it will found a space, it will print this thing, then again it will come on the next thing, next character, as it is getting a single character in one shot. So when it will come here, it will again get a space and print this thing only, because you are still on the line number 7, but we just want to print it once. So what I have done is I have made a count variable which will count how many times you have printed it. If you have not printed it, if you have printed it 0 times, then it will print it, otherwise it will not print it. And how? So I am basically doing the count plus plus. Same I am doing with now you would think, why I have make this 21 also, like, I'm just updating the contact number here. So why I have made this 21? So basically the idea was that I also want to know you guys, like, what when you have updated the last time. So that's why I have made a new line named as last updated on, and it is stored on the 21st line. So that's why I have done this, and for this I have created another count variable. So basically, yeah, this was the main program. Then case 4, case 5, every case is the same except for few changes, like what you are asking and what it will be get printed. So basically let's go back, let's go down. Delete function, I think it's very straightforward. It will ask you the employee name, it will open the file. Just imagine you have entered Vishal Jha, so Vishal Jha.txt, it will open first, try to open, so it could get know that, okay, Vishalja is working or not. And yeah, if it is getting opened, it means Vishalja is working with this. So what I will do is, just the program will close the file and then delete the file, remove the file name. So it's a basic function which you would already know if you have done file handling. And thereafter we will wish him a very good luck, since he have left the job. So again, he should have a bright future. Okay, so basically this is the extra function which I have made to move the cursor to the desired place. Then it is a set password function. I'm not going to explain everything, like I have said it, the video is too long already. So basically let me take you to the trial run of the program. So here I am on the CMD, like as I have said, I have done it before also, so that's why I am already in the folder which you can see. So I think you would already know how to use CMD. So I am using the CMD for uh, as a compiler for me, and as a, like, as a code runner. So basically, as I have said, I have done this before, so I'm just compiling the program. I think it is showing some sort of a error, but some permission denied, I don't know. But okay, for now I eventually have what you can say, compiled the code already, so there is no problem in it. So yeah, so as you can see, the program compiled, and here is the main screen. So this is the screen of the basically the user interface of the program. So you here you can see what is the effect of, like, from here to here it has come, go to the because of the go to xy function. then from here to here it has come to go to xy function, then I have made here. If you would have written the code without the go to xy function, the welcome to the revolution would have been printed here, user logging portal would have been printed here, and enter password to login would have been printed here. So I don't know in the recording that you can see the cursor or not. Otherwise what I am then whatever I have explained just is dumb. Okay, so for now I am entering the password. So as you know, the password is Ravi, but I will enter the wrong password just to check what happens if you are entering the wrong password. So as you can see, invalid password, please try again, and you have two chances left. Okay, so in two chances I will crack the password. So the password will be Vishal, obviously. No, I have one chances left, and so I'm let's see what happens if I will put the wrong password again. So it is just saying please read the readme file. So if you haven't read the readme file, go and read it again, but I'm just running the project again because I have read it, and here is the correct password. And as you can see, this is a loading screen. Basically this is because of the load function, this is because of the this is because of the printf function, and this is because of the load function. Now it is the menu section, so this is because of the menu function. Then here I have used switch case as I have shown you there. So I'm just doing the trial and I'm not going to explain the entire code again. So here is the new employees data. So first adding the employee data, because again, as how could I know that this program contains whose data? So I'm just adding Vishal Jha as one of my employees, and enter employee number. So his employee number is 34. Why not? Contact number. So contact number is whatever. Like I'm not going to enter the correct contact number out here. Currently Vishal@gmail.com. It is not my Gmail ID, so please don't mail him. And then the date of birth. So date of birth, yeah, so my date of birth is 8/12/2002. Joining date, I think I will enter the today's joining date, 15/05 and 2021. So address is Mumbai only. For currently I'm not going to enter the entire address. Salary, I think 100 rupees for 1 year. Yes, so as you can see, I have entered 100 rupees here. So that's why I have thought like making it a string will be much better than making it as a float. So data added successfully. Now press any key to return to the main menu, and 0 for exit. So obviously I'm not going to exit the program for now, so I'm just entering any other key, and thereafter I'm going to check whether whatever the details I have entered is shown in the program or not. So Vishal Jha, so you can see the entire details is it can be seen here, and I don't think anything is wrong here. And yeah, you can see the data stored on when I have stored the data. It is also visible the current time. You can see the current time when I'm making the video. And thereafter if I will see to update, so like before I have added another employee name named as Ravi Jha. So I am going to edit his data because his data contains some issues. So okay, the old data cannot be restored. Yes, no problem, sir. So what is name? His name is Ravi Jha. I have entered it earlier. So what I want to update, so basically I don't remember what exactly data needs to be updated, but I think the email id was needs to be updated. So I'm just entering the email id ravi@gmail.com. So as you can see, the email id is updated. The check password, so Ravi Jha, and you can see the email id has been updated, and it has been updated as you can see the current time and the data stored on. But now you will think like, okay, so I think I have explained the entire program. I have basically now you can see the update password. All I don't think it was update password, it was deleted employees data. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to delete the data of Vishal Jha which I have just added. So Vishal Jha, yes, I want sure all data of Vishal Jha has been deleted. So now again I'm exiting update password, so you can do the trial and buy on your own. It has also the update password about the company if you will click. So yeah, you okay, so I have written something and I have included pauses so that the user should really read it, and thereafter it should proceed. He should proceed slash he should proceed. Okay, so basically this was the program. And now if I will come to the applications of the program, that what are the applications of the program. So as you can see, it is a program which is made for a real world. If you are a company owner, so you can have this program and just store the data of your employees. so that whenever you want to access them or you want to know about your employees, where they live or something, so the data stored in the files in the office is good, but if you are storing the data on an in on your computer, so I think it's better safe to store it on your computer, and because until and unless someone will delete your data, it will be there only. And thereafter, since you can if someone, you will thought, okay, so someone can manipulate the data here. So if someone will manipulate the data here, so obviously you could know by the update function, like if you will check the data, like just suppose as I have said, I have entered Ravi Jha, and you can see here that when your program was updated last time. So if someone would manipulate your data, then ever you would still come to know, okay, my data was manipulated this day by someone. So you can get, okay, who was he, who was accessing my laptop at that time. So basically, yeah, so this will be very helpful, and I hope everyone would have liked this video. And again, so if you really enjoy the program, please let me know. And so I'm exiting the program. Yes, I want to exit. Thanks for using the program. You can follow us on GitHub. Thank you.